Hello everybody, Christopher Peace here. In today's video, I'm playing a game that I haven't played in a long time. It's called Call of War. Anyone who's like a real OG to my channel, I'm talking first 60 subs, remembers when I once played this. I'm playing it again. This time we're playing with all the VSL boys. Um, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And if you do want to join in on this round, you can just join the VSL Discord, and there should be something explained in the Call War chat on that Discord on how to join this round. Um, but getting into this round, so I'm playing as the USSR. I've recorded this intro a little bit, like 4 different times now, so I'm just going to quickly go over it. The USSR is pretty cool. They use the Comintern Doctrine. And they did a pretty interesting spawn place because they spawn between the Russian Empire, Corellia, Poland, and the Ukraine, as well as Greater Finland, which kind of puts them between a lot of major world powers, but also between like the Balkan states and like the Caucasus region, which I mean the Cossack Republic, which is just not very strong. Um, yeah. So in this playthrough, the goal is going to be, complete domination. I don't have any coalition yet. Moving over to research, I have almost all the researches for the tanks, ordnance, and infantry done at the moment. Not really working on these three because I'm really not in that many sophisticated battles where I'm going to need like planes, boats, and rocket launchers yet. First, I should probably talk about what I'm doing war-wise. The first goal is going to be like a quick conquest of what I view as kind of like an easy zone, which is Latvia. So Riga gives you, 10 victory points, but that's not really why I'm taking it. It's more so that way I can get more access to the sea. I mean, I do have Leningrad all the way up here, but eventually if Greater Finland puts more influence right here, it'd be pretty hard to move a navy through here. Controlling Riga gets me 1, 2, um, port tiles that I just border. On top of that, I'll also be able to invade south into both, Poland, which I already border, but also Lithuania. And also, I'm not looking too bad on goods right now, but having another huge amount of it isn't a bad thing. The other country I'm invading is Corellia. This is a pretty simple one. Corellia normally gets cut up and divided by Russia and the Greater Finland pretty early on, and since there's no players in either of these countries yet, I want to take this before anyone gets here. Um, really, the southern zone has something I need a lot of right now, which is food. As you can see, not doing too well on that material. But just controlling the southern area, will make you at the USSR that much thicker.
So now on to the next day.
Alright everyone, Chris Beast here, and we're on day 2 of Call of War now. So basically, as I said earlier, I wanted to invade southern Corellia and take that land, and that went extremely well. Um, I'll show you guys the casualty counts and the battles of that in a second. The next plan was to invade Latvia. That went extremely well as well. You can see we now control Riga and most provinces. We're just trying to conquer Valmiera. In other news, Finland has been expanding, so we are going to be taking this province called Narva out of Estonia, while Finland will be taking the other two. Meanwhile, in the north, Finland took northern Karelia, which is fine. That's kind of what I thought would happen, and that's kind of what my plan was. Moving over here, before I should continue, I should probably mention we have an alliance now. I'm part of a coalition called the Yang Gang. So the Yang Gang is me, Communist Russia, the Northern United States of America, or the true United States of America, and Sweden. So moving over to my ally, Sweden. Sweden took most of Norway. They didn't get this northern province here. And you might be confused as to why Bergen is a Finnish province, but that's because of low morale. It switched sides to the Finnish. I think we'll see it go back to the Swedish pretty soon. I'm sure they'll work out some deal to get it back. The Swedish have also started an invasion of Denmark. They've already taken Copenhagen, and I don't think it's long before they take, you know, Jutland. I don't think it'll very take long at all. Moving on to other parts of the world, actually, I should probably talk about my other ally first. So moving over to the US of A. The US of A invaded and conquered all of Michigan, but there's been a war between the US and Canada. In other news, Spain, which has its own alliance, which is called the Agency, named after the Fortnite Agency because they are stupid, has invaded and conquered Portugal. They are now trying to conquer the last part of Portugal that remains, this small little island called Ponta Delgada. Their ally is all the way over here. It's Turkey. I can't see Turkey's troop movements, which is fine, but I don't know what they're doing. But I think it will be pretty cool to see those two and what their alliance does. Um, we also have Italy. Italy's now a thing. Italy has conquered southern Switzerland and seems to be trying to expand into the Alps, so most likely we'll take Austria next. So that's our kind of loadout at the moment. It's kind of looking dope. I should probably mention what I plan to do over the next couple of days. Really, the goal right now is cleaning up the Baltic region. As I said, the two provinces that I'm already aiming to take. But I also want to take over Lithuania. Lithuania just seems like an easy grab, that oil and then that rare material. So I have more things to sell on the market so I can get more money. Because money is something I am quite out of at the moment.
Alright, that was day 2. Now to day 3.
Hello everyone, Chris Beast, and hello everyone, Chris Beast, and I'm back here to explain some couple things. So we are on day 3, and as you can see, we have made some progress in this Russian war. It's been going pretty good. I'm pretty happy about it. If we go over to research, as you can see, I'm pretty up to date on this stuff. We're doing pretty well when it comes to infantry. And very quickly looking over at our province west, you can see we're getting some pretty hot industry up in here and some pretty hot, moped men. And that's what I'm calling them. You think Paul Blart? Paul Blart. These are the Paul Blart Mall cops. These are the men who will keep Russia safe. So here's the next part of the plan. We're going to take all the Paul Blart Mall cops when they're finished production, and we're going to spam them into this place called Stalingrad. See, Stalingrad is full of places who like Stalin on their, I don't have enough resources. On their LA homework. So we're gonna beat the shit out of them, and it's gonna be epic. All right. So yeah, I'll be back to you when that occurs. I do have to briefly mention who is playing who in this world. So if we look on the activity, we have Coaching Rex playing the USA, me playing Communist Russia, Captain Brossily playing Finland, Confused Gem playing Sweden, Windows playing the United Kingdom, Black Eagle 6 playing Italy, Bobo is playing Spain, Aussie is playing Hugo, uh, I guess his username is Jeremy Bergman, is playing Romania, William Jones is playing Turkey, this is Rat on the Discord, he's playing Poland, Jumbo Critter, also known as Foreign Fiend, is playing the Southern USA, we have no idea who Moose is my dad is, playing Ukraine, and then Mute is playing Canada. I also should take a moment to open up the newspapers to show off my some casualty reports because I thought you guys would find that interesting. So if I go up to day 3, um, yes. So we have the Russian Empire versus Finland at the current moment. 1.4 casualties Russian Empire, zero point 0.8 for Finland. Ukraine versus Romania. Ukraine at 1.1, Romania at 2.1. Me versus Russia, 8.2 versus 6.3. Iraq versus Turkey, 2.4 versus zero point 0.8. Bulgaria versus Greater Romania, 1.8 versus zero point 0.4. Ukraine versus Crimea, 0 casualties to Ukraine, 38 casualties for Crimea. Turkey versus Greece, 90 casualties Turkey, 590 for Greece. US versus Canada, this is the most heavy casualty war on the server right now. 31,000 for Canada, 17,000 for the USA. 16 casualties from Czechoslovakia, 0 from Poland in that war. 239 from Spain, 820 from France in their war. Um, let's see. Oh, Poland versus Romania. I think I already covered that, unless I didn't. No casualties Poland, 45 casualties Romania. Denmark versus Sweden, 3.8 for Denmark, 1.4 for Sweden. Turkey versus Bulgaria, 601 versus 900 Bulgaria. So those are all some of the most valiant wars right now. Yeah. Alright, so some of the boys wanted me to talk about some certain things that are going on in the game, and I thought I might as well. So the first thing I want to talk about is something I briefly mentioned earlier in the video, which is the United States versus Canada war. So the United States versus Canada war basically started with the Canadians trying to push in through, it was this point right here, which is now Buffalo, pretty far behind American lines now, but the Canadians trying to push through here, and they tried to push through Portland in an attempt to destroy the United States. They also had a third counterattack that went through Boston, and the goal was to try to, win. The attack here got completely routed by this army you see up here, which they're still thriving, and the attack up here got completely routed by this army up here, and they're still thriving. The attack on Boston, here's a fleet that didn't go very well for the Canadians. And quickly switching over to the newspaper, so you can see a map of this. We can see just a quick frame by frame of what happened. The turn one, the United States. So the United States also, I should give some, clarity. The United States is allied with me and Sweden, the Big Chat alliance. So at first, Canada's looking pretty, big brain. They, I think it crashed. The game crashed. This occurs. Oh, no, it didn't. Okay, so at first, Canada tried to pull one over, launch some attacks here and here. It also launched an attack on Boston. However, very quickly, the United States completely overwhelmed, pushing them all the way back to like where you see on this map, wiping them out in the Greater Ontario region. But they also did land some troops down in Boston. Um, but now we're on day three. The troops in Boston are dead. Most of the enemy army is dead, and Canada's kind of on the complete back foot. They still have one city left, which is Halifax up here. I'm not sure if the United States even plans to take this island. They might. We'll have to see. The last thing I should mention is the Canada and the United Kingdom are in an alliance. I'm not sure how strong that alliance is now because the United Kingdom agreed not to get involved in the war out of fear of me and Sweden getting involved in the war. So it just became a Canada versus the USA, which went really bad for Canada. So, yeah. The next thing I think I should mention is a situation that almost became a world war. So this is the Baltic regions. This is where World War One started. This is a danger zone. We have a lot of players here. Italy, Yugoslavia, Turkey, Romania, Ukraine, and Poland being, the big boys on the block. So basically, everything was peaceful, everything's going cool, and then it wasn't. So the Ukraine rapidly launched an offensive and took some provinces here, as you can see, to try to beat up the Romanians. Uh, but the Romanians agreed to a peace agreement, which was brokered over by the Italians, which is basically that the Ukrainians get these three provinces and then stop the war. While that was all going on, Poland's like, haha, boy, and invaded and took over Zalu. Well, not took over. They marched towards Zalu and Debrecen, and based off another agreement, the Romanians agreed to peace as long as those two provinces go to the Polish. So that situation seemed to have ironed itself out. Yes, Romania lost a lot of territory, but at least there's not a massive war going down in this corner of the map. I also should, maybe briefly touch up on my own wars. I already talked about it earlier, but the plan of expansion has been Baltics first, Corellia, and now the Russian Civil War, which we're trying to win. I kind of made a mistake early on in the war. I used a lot of units that were force marching, and that went horribly. But now we're starting to win. We're starting to push them back. We just took their capital, Gorky. We're attacking Kazan right now. We have troops marching south to try to take all these beautiful, beautiful resources that I started the war for. And me and Finland kind of agreed up here. Finland gets these two, but I get the hot-looking ones that don't actually benefit me that much. Oh, one last thing. I should mention the newspapers. I don't want to mention the newspapers, but I have to mention the newspapers. I'm going to read some, but not all, of these beautifully written pieces of literature. Um, my disappointment is literally in triple digits. So let's switch to the politics tab. So here's this one. Yo, Ukraine and Poland, just chill and don't censored Romania. Yes. Italy, shut the fuck. STFU. Stop. Death to Caesar. Um, that's it's for today. Let's see what yesterday brought us. Man is probably trying to say Romania. Italians are friends. Romans kill Pompeii. Death to Romans. Snake. Confirmed. Southern USA does not exist. From the Southern USA. Conspiracy theory. Southern USA does not exist. From Romania. Canada fails on his attack in Iceland. Sweden. Report. Can't say that word. Of Greater Romania found to rival Southern USA. 5 head moves and 4 skin nudes. Great. Great. Yo, I'm gonna pull up and take. America. This is all horrible. This is all. Man each child. There's a snake in my boot. What is going on? Rare material prices rise again. So someone's like being a stock market boy. Biased articles. Bro, what the F is going on? Your subs won't get there in time. Spain, I'm gonna kill your ass. That's your granny. Yeah, that was written by me. This one's high brain. Um, Spain is thick. Um, Mud swinging of Spain. Um, Huzzah. Uh, North America declares war in Detroit. You can't have blank in Detroit if Detroit don't have blank, said the American president this morning after invading the southern border of Detroit. England makes peace with Latvia. Commies crushed the West as liberated. Winston Churchill caught smoking the devil's lettuce. The new crusades. About the finish. The claims about the crusade. The Finnish government speaks against the crusade. The rebirth. Why did I declare war in Latvia? I finna recruit cat girls in the Spanish army. Are you winning, NATO? What are you doing, step country? Spain is a bad player. Nova Republica Swedenia. Just why? Yo blank. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I sure as heck don't. Hope you enjoyed and yeah, that's